If you are over 60 and walking has been your main form of exercise, I want you to stop for just a moment and really take in what I'm about to share with you. Because what you are going to hear today may completely shift the way you think about your strength, your energy, your balance, and your ability to live life on your own terms for many years to come. For a long time, we were told that walking is the best thing older adults can do for their bodies. And walking is genuinely good. I want to be clear about that. But there is now a growing body of research and real-world experience showing that for people over 60, there is one simple movement that goes even further than walking. One movement that does something walking simply cannot do on its own. And the truth is, most people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s are not doing it at all. This one movement can help rebuild your muscle, protect your joints, improve your balance, support your heart, sharpen your thinking, and reduce your risk of losing your independence. And you do not need a gym membership. You do not need any equipment, and you do not need to already be in great shape to begin. All you need is a sturdy chair, a few minutes each day, and the right guidance. And that is exactly what I am going to give you today. Welcome, my friend. If this is your first time here, I am so glad you found this channel. This is a space built for people who want real, practical, trustworthy guidance on living with strength and energy after 50. And if you have been here before, thank you for coming back. It genuinely means a lot. Now, I want to ask you something honest. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you walk, your legs still feel a little weak? Your balance still feels a little uncertain? And your energy just does not seem to be what it once was? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. Many people walk consistently and still feel these things. And the reason is not that walking is bad. The reason is that walking alone is not enough to address what the body truly needs as it gets older. Here is why. Walking is what we call a forward motion activity. It works a limited group of muscles in a repetitive pattern, and while it supports circulation and mood and light cardiovascular conditioning, it does very little to stop something called age-related muscle loss. After the age of 60, the body naturally begins to lose muscle tissue at a faster rate if we do not actively challenge it. This process is quiet and gradual, which is why so many people do not notice it happening until they find themselves struggling with things that used to feel easy. Getting up from a low chair, climbing a flight of stairs, carrying a bag of groceries without feeling unsteady. Muscle is not just about physical appearance. Muscle is what keeps your joints protected. It is what keeps your blood sugar more stable. It is what supports your posture and your bones and your ability to react quickly when you need to. Muscle is one of the most important things your body has, and walking, as wonderful as it is, does not build it in the way your body needs after 60. Now, here is something I find truly important and not enough people talk about. The strongest predictor of whether you will remain independent in your 70s and 80s is not your weight, not your cholesterol numbers, and not even the number of steps you take each day. It is the strength of your legs, the stability of your balance, and your ability to move from sitting to standing with control and confidence. That ability, that single functional skill, tells us more about how your body is aging than almost any other measure. And that brings us to the one exercise that, in my view, is more valuable for people over 60 than walking alone. That exercise is the chair squat. standing up from a chair and sitting back down with full control and intention. I know that might sound surprisingly simple, but I want you to stay with me here because this movement is far more powerful than it appears. Every time you rise from a chair, you are lifting almost your full body weight against the force of gravity. That is genuine strength work. That is your largest and most important muscle groups, your thighs, your hips, your glutes, your core, your lower back, all working together to support and move your entire body. These are the exact same muscles you rely on for walking, for climbing stairs, for getting out of bed in the morning, for bending down to pick something up. When these muscles are strong, life feels manageable. When they weaken, everything becomes harder. Walking, by contrast, only bears a fraction of your body weight because one foot is always in contact with the ground. This is why a person can walk every day for years and still find it difficult to get up from a deep couch or a low chair without using their hands. It is not a matter of effort or willpower. It is simply a matter of the right training signal. Now, before you begin to wonder whether this is safe for your body, I want to reassure you. The chair squat, when done correctly and carefully, is one of the gentlest and most joint-friendly movements available to older adults. Physical therapists use it regularly as a foundational exercise for people recovering from injury, people working on fall prevention, and people rebuilding their mobility after long periods of inactivity. The chair is always behind you. You control how far you go. You control how fast you move. This exercise meets your body exactly where it is right now. Let me walk you through how to do it properly. Sit toward the front edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Sit tall with your chest lifted and your shoulders relaxed. Your gaze should be forward, not down at the floor. From here, gently lean your upper body slightly forward from your hips, just a small shift, and then press evenly through both feet as you slowly rise to standing. Do not rush this. At the top, stand fully upright without locking your knees tightly. Then, with the same care and control, begin to bend at the hips and knees and slowly lower yourself back toward the chair until you make gentle contact with the seat. That is one full repetition. If you need a little support at first, resting your hands lightly on the armrests is completely fine. As your strength grows over the coming weeks, you may find you no longer need that support. Some people eventually cross their arms over their chest to make the movement more challenging. But there is no rush. Progress at the pace your body is comfortable with. Now, there is something I want you to know about the science behind this movement, because it is genuinely remarkable. Research has shown that the number of times a person over 60 can rise from a chair and sit back down within 30 seconds gives us a meaningful picture of their overall physical vitality. People who perform this movement more easily and more frequently tend to maintain greater independence, experience fewer falls, and report better overall quality of life. This one movement reflects so much about the condition of your body from the inside out. But the benefits go far beyond your legs. When you perform chair squats regularly, your heart has to work a little harder. Your circulation improves. Your body becomes better at delivering oxygen to your muscles and your organs. This means your endurance gradually increases, your energy throughout the day improves, and your cardiovascular system gets a meaningful workout. often more than walking provides. And here is something even more interesting. When your muscles are challenged in this way, your body releases compounds called myokines. Think of these as natural messengers produced by your muscles that travel through the bloodstream and communicate with the rest of your body. They help support healthy inflammation responses, encourage better blood sugar regulation, support cognitive function, and contribute to the overall health of your internal systems. Resistance-based movements like the chair squat tend to produce a stronger release of these beneficial compounds than walking alone. Let's also talk about balance, because this is something I feel strongly about. One of the greatest risks to independence after 60 is a fall. And many falls happen not because of accidents, but because the body simply lacks the strength and coordination to recover when something unexpected happens. Every time you perform a controlled chair squat, you are training your nervous system to stabilize your body under load. You are rehearsing the exact movement pattern your body needs to stay upright and recover safely. With each repetition, you are quietly building confidence alongside strength. And that combination, physical confidence alongside physical capability, is deeply important. Now I want to speak directly to those of you who have concerns. Maybe your knees have been bothering you. Maybe your lower back feels stiff. Maybe you have not been active in a while and you are not sure where to begin. I hear you. These concerns are real and they are valid. And the beautiful thing about this movement is how adaptable it is. If your knees are sensitive, simply do not lower yourself as deeply. Move only through the range that feels comfortable and pain-free. If your back tends to be stiff, keep your chest tall and your movements slow and deliberate. If you have been inactive for some time, begin with just 3 or 4 repetitions and build from there. The goal is never perfection. The goal is simply to begin, and then to continue. I want to offer you something that I believe is one of the most important insights about exercise and aging. It is not intensity that transforms the body over time. It is consistency. 5 minutes done nearly every day will always be more effective than one demanding session done occasionally. Your muscles respond best to frequent, gentle signals that remind them they are still needed and still valued. That is the mindset that creates lasting change. Let me also share something about breathing that most people overlook. As you rise from the chair, breathe out gently through your mouth. As you lower yourself back down, breathe in slowly through your nose. This pattern helps support your core from the inside, takes pressure off your spine, and helps keep your blood pressure more stable during the movement. It is a small detail that makes a meaningful difference. One of the most practical things you can do is attach this exercise to something you already do each day. Before your morning coffee, while the kettle is heating up, during a quiet moment after lunch. When a habit is connected to an existing routine, it is far more likely to stick. And when it sticks, it becomes part of who you are. Not something you have to remind yourself to do. Just something you do. I also want to talk about something that often goes unspoken. As we grow older, many people begin to quietly pull back from life. Not all at once, but gradually. A trip feels like too much effort. A social gathering feels uncertain. Physical activity starts to feel risky. And little by little, the world gets smaller. This is often driven by a quiet, unspoken fear. A fear of falling. a fear of embarrassing themselves, a fear of not being able to keep up. Strength changes that. When your body feels capable and stable, your willingness to engage with life returns. You feel more comfortable going out, more confident on uneven ground, more willing to say yes to things you might otherwise avoid. Physical strength feeds something deeper. It feeds your sense of self, your sense of possibility. That connection between body and spirit is real, and it is one of the most important reasons to invest in this kind of daily practice. Now, after a few weeks of doing the basic chair squat comfortably, you can gently increase the challenge without adding any equipment. Simply slow down the lowering phase. Instead of sitting down at a normal pace, take 3 full seconds to lower yourself. 1, 2, 3. Then rise back up. That slower descent creates a powerful signal for your muscles to grow stronger while remaining completely safe on your joints. Another option is to pause for just a moment while hovering just above the chair before sitting down. That brief pause demands even more from your muscles and your balance. Small adjustments like these lead to meaningful progress over time. And walking still has a wonderful role in all of this. I want to be clear about that. Walking supports your heart. It brightens your mood. It clears your mind and gets you out into the world. But walking is most powerful when it is paired with strength-building movement rather than used as a replacement for it. Think of walking as nourishment for your heart and chair squats as nourishment for your muscles. Together, they form something much more complete than either one alone. If you already walk regularly, simply add this one movement before or after your walk. That is all. You do not need to overhaul your day. You do not need to commit to a long workout. You just need to give your muscles the signal they need to stay strong and capable. Let me close today by speaking to you directly, wherever you are in your journey. You are not too old. You are not too far behind. You are not broken. Your body is still listening. It is still responding. It is still capable of positive change. But it can only respond to the signals you give it. And this one simple movement, done with care and intention, sends a very clear signal. It says that strength still matters, that independence still matters, that you still matter. Your next step does not need to be dramatic. It can be as quiet and simple as standing up from your chair 5 times today with full awareness and care. That is enough to begin. That is enough to matter. And over time, those small, quiet decisions will build something you can feel in your body and your life every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this has been helpful, I would be grateful if you would tap the like button, because it helps this message reach others who may truly need it. And if you would like to continue receiving this kind of guidance, I warmly invite you to subscribe and join this community of people who are choosing strength, confidence, and independence at every age. I will see you in the next one, my friend. Take good care of yourself.